Next news, breaking news.
Buckle up, folks, because Chuck Schumer just stood in front of the cameras and told the American people that ICE agents would only make airport chaos worse. He said nobody trusts them, that trouble follows everywhere they go. Well, folks, the results are in from airports across America, and the footage is absolutely devastating for Chuck Schumer's narrative. We're talking empty security lines, travelers praising the agents, and reporters literally stunned at what they're seeing. The Democrats bet everything on this being a disaster for Trump. They refused to fund DHS, hoping Americans would suffer. But what happened next? Well, President Trump outmaneuvered them again. And now they're scrambling to explain why everything they predicted was completely and embarrassingly wrong. Now, here's why this matters for you and your family. If you've flown anywhere in the last few weeks, then you know the nightmare. Hours-long security lines, missed flights, stressed out TSA workers pulling double shifts because Democrats in Congress refused to fund the Department of Homeland Security. No, this was not an accident, folks. This was a calculated strategy by Schumer and his allies to create misery at American airports and then blame President Trump. They wanted you to suffer so they could score political points. Think about that. Grandparents missing their grandchildren's birthdays, business travelers losing deals, families starting vacations angry and exhausted, all because Democrats thought your suffering would hurt the president. But President Donald J. Trump saw right through their scheme. Instead of letting Americans continue to suffer, he deployed ICE agents to assist TSA and ease the burden. And now the Democrats are freaking out because their entire strategy just blew up in their faces. Oh, and the American people can see the results with their own eyes. And I'm going to show it to you. Speaking of protecting what matters most to you and your family, I'm going to ask you something very important right now. New numbers out of Washington show that inflation's on the rise again. It's another threat to your savings and to you and your retirement. So ask yourself an honest question. Does your dollar go as far as it did 10 years ago, 5 years ago, even last year? Well, Democrats play games with your airport experience. They're also playing games with your financial future. So what does the next decade look like for you and your savings? If your portfolio lacks exposure to gold, one of history's most reliable economic hedges, it's time to rethink your strategy. Because gold has kept up with inflation and in many periods has outperformed other assets when uncertainty rules the day. That's why I trust Noble Gold Investments. And right now, go to nextnewsgold.com. It's linked below, and you'll receive a free 10th ounce American Gold Eagle with qualifying purchases. Don't let the chaos in Washington erode everything you've worked for. Visit nextnewsgold.com. Now, I'm going to show you just how badly the Democrat narrative is collapsing in real time. This is what the mainstream media does not want you to see. We'll show it to you here at the Next News Network. See, while Schumer and Booker were screaming about chaos and cruelty, actual reporters on the ground were witnessing something completely different. We've got footage from Atlanta showing almost no lines at the checkpoint. We got a Philadelphia reporter literally standing in an empty security line saying yesterday it stretched to the garage. And that so-called ICE scandal at San Francisco airport, oh, it fell apart in less than 24 hours when we learned the woman had a deportation order signed by a judge and tried to flee. So let's take a look at what's really happening, shall we? It's an unbelievable difference at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport after President Trump deployed ICE to assist TSA amid the Democrat shutdown. CNN.
Well, there may be a celebration here at the airport before it's all said and done, especially for the folks who've been working nonstop, extra shifts. If you look right here, you can see this is the main checkpoint. Almost no lines, no waiting, Sarah. And it's unbelievable at this point. This morning started briskly with a lot of people showing up here at the airport. Lines were long. People were waiting about an hour. But when that rush hour went away pretty quickly this morning, we ended up with this. And there seems to be more lines open than normal right now with the TSA workers here breezing people through. In fact, a lot of folks have been showing up shocked at how short the lines are. Take a listen to some of the folks we talked to this morning.
I don't see how extra security could be bad, you know. I mean, they're going to help out and, you know, make things move a little faster, but whether they're doing that or not, we don't know. But extra security is always good to me.
I mean, you think it's not going to be that bad, but then you get here and, you know, you think, oh, man, it really is as bad as they say it is.
So there's a bit of a mix here. So when people were showing up and going right into the TSA pre-check line, a lot of them weren't even checking the main checkpoint line. That line has been open and moving pretty quickly. Some folks just get so used to going to the line they go to, they didn't even check to see what that's like. We've also seen those ICE agents moving through today. A lot of folks are saying they're very pleasant. Look, they're not wearing masks. In fact, on this line right here, you can see two of them standing behind the TSA agents. I'm not sure we can get complete focus on that, but just wanted to show you that they've been walking around the perimeter. Atlanta police have also been added to this equation in terms of showing up extra patrols. But the story right now, Sarah, quite honestly, is the fact that the lines have disappeared. We haven't seen this like in a week. So this is good news. If you have a flight to catch, you should know that you can probably maybe take a deep breath. At one point, this line stretched all the way down the hallway. This one is gone as well. So I guess we'll just give a thumbs up and smile a little bit, Sarah, and take a break.
CNN forced to report the win as ICE helps streamline the chaos at Atlanta's airport. Questions arise about any incidents with ICE agents causing disruption. Let's hear more about this unfolding narrative. Scott Jennings, every new ICE scandal falls apart faster than the last. Thank you, Internet. You never let me down.
Be better. Is there a single report today of something going awry with ICE agents?
Well, thank God for 24 hours something bad didn't happen.
Maybe there is.
There was an ICE agent refusing to identify himself, arresting a woman in an airport, freaking people out. They weren't even sure it was in San Francisco airport.
Well, what kind of an interaction was it, actually? Do you know the situation?
It was an arrest. I don't know, Scott. What information do you have?
Who did they arrest? Now, you're bringing it up. Who did they arrest?
No, I'm saying
Internet. We'll need the Internet.
Scott, two senior administrators.
Meanwhile, this woman was arrested by ICE Sunday at San Francisco's airport. DHS says she's from Guatemala, had a deportation order signed by a judge, and tried to flee as officers were deporting her. DHS saying the incident was unrelated to efforts to help TSA.
We reported on that yesterday. Funny how the truth has a way of getting out, right? While ICE presence allegedly caused turmoil, Cory Booker blames the administration for more chaos and cruelty. Oh, yes. Senator Cory Booker says ICE was deployed to cause chaos and cruelty. They put ICE in our airports to cause chaos.
No different than what we've been demanding. I know that they're calling this the Texas two-step. I prefer the Jersey, get the hell out of my way. They put ICE in our airports to cause more chaos and, frankly, cruelty to the passengers who are waiting in long lines. That's not where ICE belongs. We should have paid TSA weeks ago. Democrats have for 7 times tried to get them just to pay TSA, pay FEMA, pay the Coast Guard. We are fighting over ICE because they've been doing horrific, hellish things in our communities, slamming Americans to the pavement, barging and breaking down doors to American homes, pulling veterans out in their underwear and putting them in zip ties. So,
and that's what's happening at the airports too, I guess, right? Bathroom Booker. His claims of chaos clash with reality. In Philly, empty lines contradict the narrative. What did Schumer predict? What do the numbers say? Schumer claimed ICE wouldn't improve airport lines, but Philly proves otherwise.
Everywhere ICE goes, trouble follows. We've seen that. And it is highly likely the airports will be no exception. No one trusts that ICE is going to make things better.
Once again, ICE agents have arrived here in Philadelphia, but I do want to point out, this is an empty line right now. We are standing in the middle where travelers come to check in for TSA. Yesterday, this was all the way back to the garage. So good news today, lines aren't too bad. We're live from PHL. Brianna Gallagher, Channel 6 Action News.
Chuck Schumer. Oh, the narrative collapses in real time. Shifting to the bigger picture, Trump exposes a fix while the left spreads fear-mongering lies. Let's dive into the solutions. Representative Wesley Hunt, press office. Dems refuse to fund DHS. Trump offers a solution to ease the situation. Now watch the reaction from the left. It's a fear-monger and spread lies about what's really happening.
It's on reopening the Homeland Security Department. They're now using the sight of ICE officers at airports to claim that agents could shoot travelers.
The last thing that the American people need are for untrained ICE agents to be deployed at airports all across the country, potentially to brutalize or in some instances kill them.
We're not asking for the sun, the moon, and the stars.
Just pay them.
Trump wants this group of thugs that he can send to one city after another.
It's dangerous to have these armed agents who've already proven outside to be reckless and out of control now at our airports.
They're going to be interrogating people, dragging parents from their children, detaining them.
I feel, Greg, that the Democrats just fell into another trap.
Which trap is it, Dana? Enlighten me. I've been asleep most of the week.
The trap that President Trump put forward a solution. They're like, oh my gosh, everyone's going to hate it. But people are like, well, good. At least somebody's thinking of something.
Yeah, somebody's thinking of something, right? Oh, isn't it beautiful to watch the narrative collapse? See, this is the truth the establishment media will never tell you. President Trump didn't just solve an airport crisis. He exposed the entire Democrat strategy for what it is: manufactured chaos designed to hurt the American people. They refused to fund DHS. They wanted those long lines. They needed you to be miserable so they could blame Trump. But President Trump called their bluff. He found a solution, deployed the resources, and within hours, the lines disappeared. And what's the Democrat response? Cory Booker is screaming that ICE agents are going to brutalize and kill travelers. Maxine Waters claiming armed agents will be interrogating families. This is what desperation looks like, my friends. They have nothing left but fear and lies because the American people can see the truth with their own eyes. So let me leave you with this. Every single time the Democrats predict disaster under President Trump, the exact opposite happens. They said the border would never be secured. Well, it's being secured. They said the economy would collapse. Well, it's thriving. And now they said ICE would cause airport chaos. Instead, we're seeing the shortest lines in weeks. This is what America First leadership looks like. Results over rhetoric, action over excuses. Well, Democrats play political games. President Trump keeps racking up the wins for the American people. So I want to know what you think. Are you surprised the Democrats' airport predictions were completely wrong? Drop a yes or no in the comments. And since you made it to the end of the video, I know you are the one of the few who actually care about the truth. You watched the whole thing. And I want to make sure you get the truth when you want it. Not when the algorithm decides to or when the notifications fail you. Text raw feed to 844-840-4963. Get the direct message from me to your phone. That's how we win, folks. And don't forget to check out the Next News merch shop right below this video. Show your support for independent, truthful journalism. Pick out something you like. And share this video with everybody who needs to see the Democrats exposed. Hit the subscribe button so you never miss another report. I'm Gary Franchi for the Next News Network. And remember, folks, stay informed and stay free.
The system controls information. Information control is power. They don't want you to see this. The truth only survives together. They don't want this shared. Share this now.